Alrighty, welcome to the second installment of Anger Week. A-hole design, as I'm sure you predicted because I said it was happening in the last video. We start off with number 19. Our company has received numerous boxes of nothing enclosed but a postcard and paper confetti. Missing something? We think so. Your organization is missing the benefits of Jive's hosted VoIP phone service, the easiest, highest rated, and most affordable business phone system. We thought we'd send you a package instead of just a letter because it would get your attention more. You know, I'm really happy to say I haven't gotten one of these, ever. But now that this has actually happened and put out there into the world, I bet you this coming week, I am gonna get a box delivered to my front door, and it is just gonna have an advertisement inside of it. I'm gonna be like, I guess it was gonna happen because I saw it. It's so weird how many times that happens when I see something new, whether it's on Reddit or in a show or something like that, and then the very next day or next week, it happens in real life. And it's not just something I wasn't paying attention to before and it's confirmation bias. No, it'll be like a new thing. And it's bizarre. It's totally gonna happen. Although now that I say it's gonna happen, maybe it won't, and I hope it doesn't happen because the amount of junk mail I get anyway is ridiculous that I just have to throw in the recycling. Sometimes it's not even recyclable because it's like plastic cardstock stuff. Stop it! Channels that clickbait you with red circles on nothing. You see, I don't feel as personally attacked right now because when I red circle in a thumbnail, I ensure that it's actually on something important. As with my arrows, I can proudly say I've never circled nothing unless there was a point to it or it was satire or something like that, and perhaps in this video, I will purposefully circle nothing in the thumbnail. Just to, you know, it'll make sense here. It works for the satire, but otherwise I do not do that. I only arrow and red circle important elements that you should see, because I'm honorable. The LG Premier phone doesn't allow you to uninstall Facebook. I think that there are other programs on iPhone. It's both iPhone and Android. There are certain ones that are definitely not native. They're not made by Apple or made by Google, but you still can't uninstall them for some reason. Just there's a lot of money changing hands to ensure that those apps get stuck on your phone, and it's like, yeah, a little bit of customer frustration, I suppose, but you know what? The hundreds of millions of dollars we just pocketed so that they can't delete it, yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, maybe we'll lose a few customers, but definitely not $100 million worth. Hope this hasn't been done already. A free service asking you to disable ad blockers so it can generate revenue without charging you. Is this a whole design? I am in favor of advertisements personally, for obvious reasons, although you should get YouTube Premium if you have not already. But yes, thank you. I appreciate this post because advertisements, when executed in a non-aggravating and non-invasive fashion, are integral to making the world go round. And the thing that just strikes me as so bizarre is that for so many decades, TV was the standard where you're watching 9 minutes of advertising and 21 minutes of the actual show as the ratio. And it's like, this is normal. Cool. It's great. But then for some reason, when it comes to the internet, it's like all of a sudden a very small amount of advertising, extremely small in proportion to that, becomes what's seen as invasive. So there's obviously a happy medium. And when it comes to sites that do it right, I always ensure that I'm watching the ads. My fortune cookie had an ad inside of it. This is truly unacceptable, and I don't think it's the first time we've seen it. I very much dislike this. I think there should be legislation passed so that this becomes illegal. You cannot violate the sanctity of the fortune cookie, okay? There are places where you can put ads. Fortune cookies are not one of them. All right, if I open a fortune cookie and there is an advertisement inside of it, if the restaurant wasn't responsible, I'm gonna tell the restaurant they better change their fortune cookie supplier. And they better make that fortune cookie supplier go bye-bye because you're already paying for the fortune cookie. You don't need to double dip and then secretly surprise an advertisements inside of it. No, I want a fortune. I do not want you to tell me that I have bad breath. That's not a fortune, okay? Unacceptable. United's travel insurance guilt trip. Select an option. Yes, insure my trip for only $14. No, I don't want to purchase this travel insurance. I understand that by declining coverage, I may be responsible for substantial cancellation fees and delay expenses. Don't ignore the unexpected. A family member could get sick. Your trip could get delayed. Your baggage could get lost. You could miss a flight connection. Watch like some plane operator decides, otherwise known as an airline, decides to run a racket where they purposefully delay those connections, allegedly, and no particular airline in particular is being accused of this. I'm not saying United, I'm just saying someone. They'll purposefully do it in order to make it so trip insurance is almost a must-have, because your connection's probably gonna be delayed. Your baggage, yeah, also probably gonna be lost. You just mark off on each of the bag tags whether or not you bought the trip insurance, and if you did, things go smoothly. If you didn't, it's probably not gonna go so well for you. Sorry about that. This dual camera smartphone doesn't have 2 functioning cameras. Huh. The really bizarre thing is that the one that looks more camera-like is the fake camera. Oh, I guess it's because like that, once this part is over the actual camera, then they probably look pretty much identical. What is the point of the dual camera thing? I guess it's like HDR, right? So one can do high exposure and one can do low exposure, and then they can composite the 2 images together and get a high dynamic range photo, something like that. But this one just achieves HDR on its own. It's quite magical. Also doesn't seem quite legal to market a phone as 2 cameras when it's literally not. It is just plastic that doesn't connect to anything else. I'm pretty sure that something about that is not okay. Also, it says AT&T prepaid in there. It's an AT&T phone, huh? Wow, very surprising. $160 a week for a zip file reader. Free trial, zip file reader, zip and unzip. After free trial, $160 a week? What? What? What the heck kind of get rich quick scam is this for the author of the app? Wow. Oh, but can you imagine the person who doesn't realize this? They're just like, oh yeah, it's free. And then I didn't realize that was only a trial period. And then they get their credit card bill at the end of the month. They're like, whoa, what happened? Why is there a $650 charge? For what? For zip files on my phone. That's gotta be something that's reimbursable. I'm sorry, but like someone's gonna be out money, and I don't think it's gonna be the consumer, because there is no way, if that happened to me, I wouldn't be calling my credit card provider and being like, yeah, I'm not paying that. Shame on people who do this. That's garbage. Provide a service that's of quality and pay a reasonable amount for it, and people will be happy. Don't try to just trick a few people into giving you massive amounts of money, because everyone's gonna hate you. You're probably not gonna end up ahead in the long run, and you could get lawsuits against you. What's the point in doing that? This is a 450 Australian dollar per week apartment. Wait, oh, the entryway is in the bathroom. I was gonna be like, I don't know, the price in comparison to probably what you get for 450 Australian dollars in many cities, which, what is 400 AUD to USD? $319. That's a really cheap apartment. I saw a listing on the Los Angeles subreddit the other day that was someone renting their tent in their backyard to an additional occupant for $900 a month. So pretty good deal price-wise, I'd like to think. Granted, LA is a bit expensive, New York, San Francisco, all those. There are other international cities that are even more crazy, like you have Moscow, Singapore, London, like even way more than most of the cities, the expensive cities in the US, even New York for that matter. But yeah, entering through the bathroom is a bit of an interesting decision. At least for the person who lives there and is parking in the garage, at least you get to enter into the bedroom/living area, but very, very bizarre choice there. But you know, usually you have to pee when you get somewhere, if you're me at least. So this provides an easy way to make that happen. You know, it's great. Not so great for the sake of the party that you might be hosting at your place, but it's also not a big place, so maybe you're not hosting many parties. My university asking for donations in excess of our $67,000 yearly cost of attendance. You pay $67,000 to go here. Why not an even $70,000? Donate your gift today. It's timely, you know, with the whole cheating scam that was going on with parents donating money under the table to get their kids into schools and stuff like that. And USC was a big one that was identified, which was ironic because I actually got accepted to go to USC on their game development program as I was doing YouTube. I think YouTube was a contributor. I didn't even have to bribe them with lots of money to get in. but it was going to cost $70,000 a year. And that was one of the factors that caused me to just say, you know what? Not going to do that. And then I dropped out the next year from UCSB. So I was like, no, Mom, I'm not. My mom, very kind. She was like, I'll make it work one way or the other. There is no way that would have happened without doing bad financial decisions. And thank goodness that I was like, no, that's not okay. $70,000 a year is absurd. There's no possible way. So anyway, but yeah, it's just that the fact that now it's probably even more expensive because that was 9 years ago. It goes up every year. Oh, it's probably $80,000 now, if not more than that. Oh, good Lord. It's too much. And if you're not getting financial assistance, you end up like $300,000 in debt at the end. Oh, what do you, Jesus Christ. I want my money back. Wait, what? What even is, what kind of sandwich is this? What kind of bizarre, this is the worst sandwich I've ever seen in my life. It's so like monochromatic. You know, at least they did you the courtesy of one slice going all the way throughout the entire thing. It just looks like tape though. It's like tape or bandages, and nothing about this looks good even from the get-go. Oh my God. Ashamed to call this a sandwich. And also, like, I get the idea that not everyone likes crust, but it just looks so bald when there's no difference in the coloration of the edges. I don't know what's going on here, man. This is not good. A-holes on YouTube split up the 4 seasons into 10 seasons to make more profit. Disney did this and not YouTube. Phineas and Ferb get 10 seasons on YouTube. I have no idea. So there were only 4 seasons of Phineas and Ferb, but you get 10 seasons when it's on YouTube. And also, yeah, this has nothing to do with YouTube itself. This is whoever is the content holder and is putting it up on YouTube. They can do all that determination. I know people like to blame YouTube for things, but this isn't on YouTube, okay? YouTube does not control the uploads. They are merely the platform. So, what the fork am I getting? 57-pound bonus size. Pack of 1, 52 pounds, or 46.6 pounds. I'd probably be inclined to believe what Amazon has the product listed at, because they probably do the measuring at the warehouse for the sake of shipping. It's actually probably pretty important that they have the exact measurement. So I'd trust the smallest number. And as long as you're okay paying whatever the price for 46 pounds of dog food, Jesus Christ, I didn't realize that heavy. How long does it last? How long does it take for a dog to go through 46 pounds of food? Yeah, I hope that lasts a long time. Or a dog's just lean, mean, eating and pooping machines. Could be that too. Also, how do they not get tired of that? If I was ever presented with a 45-pound bag of this is what you're gonna be eating, I'd be like, can I have some variety, please? There's too much. I don't want to eat 45 pounds of this dry, crunchy short. Oops. Dry, crunchy short? I'm passionate about food. Okay, let it slip for a second. I need something else. Please. Crunch berries are good, but not a 45-pound bag of crunch berries, okay? Like, help. And yet the dogs are still so excited every time that you present them with food. All right, it's feeding time. Like, you don't get bored of this? Literally the same thing? Oh my God. Brand new protein powder, not even filled halfway. Absolutely beautiful. Made it all worthwhile. The fact that you were able to make this pun, small issue that you have to deal with the half-filled jar, okay? You got this out of it, and it's beautiful. It's kind of the standard, I feel like, with things like this. What is the reason for this? It's not like protein powder can get crushed. That's why there's air in chip bags, so the chips don't get crushed, but I don't know why it's the case here. But it does seem to be the case. But I don't actually usually buy my protein as powder, because for some reason, the powdery stuff always gives me digestion problems. The pre-mixed, already existing things of muscle milk, it's fine, but when I get the powder, Oh boy, it can be explosive. Who doesn't like being asked the 100th time? Want to visit an incomplete version of our website where you can't zoom? Download our app. That sounds like what you're saying is if you download the app, you'll get a worse experience. You need to work on your phrasing there a little bit. Don't ask me every time, and no, I don't want it because it makes it sound like it's going to be worse if I download the app. No, I want to visit the proper website, which makes it seem like, oh, this is annoying. This is the worst. Your phrasing is wrong, and your a-hole design. It doesn't get worse than that. The packaging of this drink. But can't you just like drink? Oh, this is on TikTok. I still need to make a TikTok reaction video. Oh, it doesn't go down all the way, does it? It's an incomplete cup. I was like, I mean, you can just drink it. I don't know what's wrong with the, clever. It's a good way to have a one-time customer because you get down to the bottom of the drink and you're like, I swear it looked like it was more. This doesn't, the depth inside doesn't match the, and then you tear it apart and you're like, I see what you did there. But maybe the drink is so good that you just don't care anyway. You're like, oh my God, they may be snake oil salesmen, but boy, does their snake oil taste real good. Petition to change the logo of this sub to the Lightning headphone adapter. I think we are all well familiar with this already. It needs no further elaboration, but it's a bit of a circle jerk at this point, but that's fine. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, that is it for the last month of A-Hole Design. I hope you have been frustrated. Make sure to like if you've been frustrated, subscribe if you're not already, and if you want to listen to the music playing in the background right now, link is in the outro and description over on Mirror Music. I'll see you next time.